Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome to the second episode of this series. And name of this is called All Things Business. We cover business, we cover network marketing, and we also cover real estate. So thank you for joining us today. We're pretty excited about a young lady named Jocelyn Driscoll. A book she came out with is called She's Tapped Out by Tapping In. And we're going to be discussing her book today. She's very powerful in the community, does some amazing things. So we want to welcome everybody to our channel today. And one of the things about her book I want to talk about, we got a couple of guests that are going to be joining us today and tell us what they got out of the book. Her book just got released a week or two ago, and I'm really excited because I had no idea. She asked me to send some information in, and I wasn't expecting this. Me inside the cover there on the second page, and my jet, and there I am there, and a little thing I've said about her, but also my co-host, which is on here, Mr. Clemens, is also featured in the book here in the back, and I want to thank him because he is behind the scenes doing so much, and he's also mentioned a couple times throughout the book. Now, we're more here to serve people, and the more people you serve, the more of the blessing you get. And I want to kind of highlight some things in our book today that was just phenomenal, and I hope people go pick it up. It's on Amazon. But I'm going to start off with on page 1 of our book. I want to kind of talk a little bit about this, and we got a few people going to join us in a second, and they're going to give their feedback on what they got out of it. On the page 1, at the third paragraph, said the vision came to me over 5 years ago when I attended the Kingdom Entrepreneur event hosted by a brilliant pastor, Kevin Boyd, my pastor, at his church, True Christian Ministries International. We call it TCMI here in Vegas. And she was there for a Kingdom Entrepreneur, and a lot of people were there that I know throughout the country and outside the country were there for this major event. And that's when this idea struck her about putting together this book. And I tell you, it's amazing. The name of her company's called Wing Warriors. And I tell you what, we're just so proud to have her in the book. And actually, I've got through half the book, and I still got it noted here, but I've still got the other half to go through. We got a couple people on the call tonight. I want them to share in what they got out of the book. So, Mr. Harrison Mills, sir, out in Fresno, California, you want to chime in a little bit of what you got out of the book that you got?
Absolutely. Well, thank you first for bringing me on here, along with both of you two, Mr. Thomas and Jabri Clemens. It's a great, just that got you putting this platform together so that we can continue to grow ourselves and bring us some wealth principles along with it. Her book and just her podcast on what we heard, it's just really great. She has such a great story. She is a spiritual person, so you generally just gravitate to who Miss Jocelyn Driscoll is. You want to know more about who she is. So I'm glad that she listened to that whoever spoke to her and said, this is your time, that she did do that, and just gave us some pointers of it. The Wing Warriors, just the title alone lets you know it has so much to it, like, more conviction along with it, but let you know that she's conquered some things along with it. And she definitely brings it across.
Yeah. Being a single mom, her husband passed away, the first husband passed away, and going on a couple of beauty salons up in Northern California, a single mom, and Rennie, her husband, Tony, got married, and he's in construction. And it's amazing what they can do together as she started climbing the industry of network marketing and found another way to make residual income 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I really enjoyed about the book, one of my highlights is on page 78 so far that I got there, and I'll read it to you. It stands out to me. It says, someone somewhere is depending upon you to do what God has called you to do. And I'm a firm believer in that. Is so powerful. When I read that, I had to read it 3 or 4 times because it sunk into me. We're all put here for a gift. As my dear friend, Dr. Miles Monroe, who passed away several years ago, we have planes in common. And he would always say, God put us on this earth. He said, your job is what they paid you to do. Your gift is what God gave you to do. Your work, your work. So, it's amazing, sir. I just really can resonate with a lot in this book. So you have a comment on that?
I let's say this, that when I was single, I've been married for 19 years, but when we were single, we would say, there's a partner, there's someone out there for you. You're just not ready yet. God's still got some things to do, all these different things. So it's like, you got to get yourself ready. Get what kind of development and everything, because there, like she said, there is someone waiting for you, just for you to equip yourself, that's waiting for you to get yourself together so that you can bless them. So that's a really good point. Love that.
Yeah, in her book and on the podcast, we just enjoy about watching on the podcast. The podcast that we did is just amazing, guys. So go back to the podcast and watch it over and over and over again, and also hit the thumbs up button, the like button, so we can get this higher rating. But the beautiful thing about this is I've got a chance to know her through these years and watch her grow immensely. And a lot of women out there, single women, this is for you, because you can do it. She, like I say, being a single mom and remarried with Tony, but whole idea, last time I saw, we were on a cruise together and had dinner together on a cruise. And you know what? Life is short. Folks, what are you doing to better your lifestyle, to do the things that you say you want to do for you and your family? A lot of times we put things off to later, to later, to later. As you know, I just got back from Paris before the event happened here, the Olympics. I couldn't wait to take my sweetheart on a trip. Could wait 4 or 5 years. I want to do it now. Why wait? Why put off stuff? So this is one of the things that happened in the book. So, and I know Miss Ursula Allen out there, you got a few comments you want to chime in here a little bit, dear?
Yes, Mr. Thomas, thank you for allowing me to share. I have not purchased the book yet, so I don't have anything to share regarding that quite yet. But regarding the podcast that I did get a chance to listen to this morning, phenomenal call between you and Mrs. Driscoll. Just the fact, that she talked about how ACN is a family environment. You come into this business and you meet people that are not blood, but because of they have a vested interest in you having success, they become family. And so it's a phenomenal thing to be able to partner with people that have your best interest in, that they're looking out for you, and they want you to succeed as much as you want to succeed. And so to be in a business where people have your back is a phenomenal thing. So thank you for allowing me to share a little bit, Mr. Thomas.
You're welcome. Another thing that struck me on page 97 was it said this on the top of the page: "This is one of my favorite memories of my parents. They would hold hands and love watching each other, enjoy each other dance on the dance floor," which I thought was pretty phenomenal, because we all have those times and memories that we have about someone that we love, that we cherish. I was with her mom here in Vegas about 4 months ago. They came through town and we stopped and had a little cocktail and chit-chatting with her sister and her mom. And her mom's still going strong and still very witty lady. So, it's very important to be able to take time with the loved ones. It's so important, folks, because life is so short. The reason why we go into business is to make a better life. And also we keep running for the next carrot. And next thing you know, maybe our life's in. I just heard from a friend of mine, a gentleman who I know and I got his book, who just passed away a couple of days ago. And gosh, it's so sad, because life is so short that we have to take the time to take those that we love and let them know how much we appreciate them and love them. What, anybody want to comment, Mr. Mills or Miss Ursula?
Yeah, well, two different things. Miss Ursula, the thing with family. I remember I had to chime in for one of a new IBO of hers that was he was in, I think, Ohio, and Miss Ursula, she's in Southern California. Here I am in Central California, and just being able to just connect, and we connected, we talked, and we just did exactly what we do. This is what we love about just this networking market. This industry allows us to be able to gravitate. We know each other and kind of just say, hey, this is what I need. Give me 3 pointers, here you go. And then boom. And we're able to just speak on behalf of being able to talk about Miss Ursula, just who she is. Then the other thing, what you're talking about, Mr. Thomas. So my mom has been gone for 30 years almost. I'm a mama's boy. I'll admit it. I'm a mama's boy to the heart. I have no problem telling anyone that. So my heart broke when it happened, and to this day, and if I can say this, Mr. Clemens, he'll post something and he says, hey, I'm living this life for the both of us. And I'm like, wow, that's exactly where I mean, if I could put it into words, that's exactly, because you just never know how long you got with the individual, so cherish those moments that you have.
Yeah, very true. As I go through the book, one of my next pages, I want to go to page 100, and I'll quote it and I'll show you the picture. It says with any journey, who you travel with is more important than your destination. And she says,
Mm,
traveling with my best friend, her and Tony are in the book together.
beautiful.
And I mean, they were a beautiful couple. I mean, I went, when he passed away, he was hit in it was a tragic accident up in the country. They were up at their resort, in Montana, and he was on a snowmobile. But anyway, I went, as soon as I heard about they're having a life celebration, I went, flew out there to the event. And the event was in the wine country on a property. He just got finished remodeling this winery up in Vacaville, Fairfield area in California. And it was a beautiful day, sunset out. They had a beautiful band. They had pizza kitchen set up. They had barbecue set up. They had a donut wall set up, and it was phenomenal. And it was such a great thing to see a couple hundred people there when I knew maybe about 80 of them. It was just a nice event for a homecoming and still celebrate. But it's always tragic when we lose somebody.
To have well, for one, just when I first met Miss Jocelyn Driscoll, she would always, emulate her husband and them being a partner and who they were, right? And just even her speaking, she wasn't even trying. She was just talking about her lifestyle and not really, boasting about it. It was just who she is. And you can just see a bright beam of light just wherever she touched. That's what happened. And it was with not just her, but her husband alongside her. And so, like, how many people build a wine country? How many people do you know that, in Napa Valley, one of the richest places, to do, who do you know that does that? But she just said, she's just right off the cuff, like it's like everyday life, just to show you what this business can do for you. So I didn't get a chance to go, but I got to, I call myself the little bird on the wall. I get to look at the Facebook page pictures and the donut wall and the different people that were there. Just the atmosphere to be able to celebrate someone you dearly love in a way and fashion it and how he emulated his life. It looks like it was beautiful.
It was. Those donuts were big as my head. And they had like 15 different types on a whole wall. I'm serious. They were huge donuts. And it was like, you could, I mean, two people could eat, three people could eat one. I mean, they were just huge, but it was such a great event. And at a winery outside in the grass and the band playing, it was beautiful. Matter of fact, I didn't even go inside the winery. I was so enamored by what was happening outside that the next morning I got up and I drove all the way back to the winery just to go inside the winery, do some wine tasting.
Wow.
And I was just blown away. So yeah, it was a beautiful event. I want to say this on page 197 was something else that struck me. And this is powerful. I'm going to read this, a picture of Tony on a horse. And it says, take on the risk and ride the journey of life with no regrets. And a lot of times we all have regrets. I've never seen a person, on a deathbed in the hospital. I've never seen anybody say, I wish I had another 3 hours at work to get that bonus check. They have a lot of regrets about wishing they had spent more time with their family, their friends, doing more things, seeing more of the world. It's amazing to me when I live in the Bay Area, how people across the Bay in San Francisco never been across the Bay to Berkeley or Oakland or Emeryville, and people on the same side have never been to San Francisco. And that's just over the bridge, let alone the state, let alone the country. So life is short, folks. You got to enjoy it. Anybody else want to comment real quickly?
Yes, sir. Mr. Thomas, how you doing, sir?
Good, sir.
Awesome. I want to say one thing combined with what Miss Ursula and Mr. Harrison already said. Man, one of the things I love the most, not just about her book, but about her individually, is what Mr. Harrison has said, is the fact that everything that she does, you can tell that she does it with God being the first priority. And you can see that's the reason why she's had so much success all throughout her life. And it's the reason why she's been able to endure all the things that are meant to take you down. She's been able to keep her head up high and keep walking and helping people move forward in every aspect of life, regardless of what she has going on. So I commend her for that, just being an example that no matter what you're going through, there's a brighter light, as Mr. Harrison just said. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
So she always has a good word for you. always has a good word to encourage you with scripturally. And sometimes, and most sometimes, she would just probably just sit right there and pray for you, like right there.
Hey,
Which if it's her job, pray for me.
hey, you know what? I was about to say the same thing because we've had several personal talks where she's done that with me as well. So it's definitely amazing to have someone like that, like she stated in the interview, that's not just a business partner, but a friend and family. And Mr. Thomas and I have also shares those moments as well. So it's good to have people like that in your corner. So it's amazing.
Yeah,
Mr. Thomas, I do have one comment in the chat if you want me to read it for you.
please do, sir.
Yes, sir. And it ties in everything that we're discussing right now. Miss Deborah Rockmore has stated that the title of the book, Everything Leads Back to Our Maker. No matter what we go through, she had to tap out to tap in. God's story. What are your thoughts on that?
It's so true. I was reading the one page where she's turned 58 just recently. She turned 58. She just said, like, God, it's in all in your hands. You know, it's amazing how we try to control so many things. And it's like this channel. This channel is put together to inspire everybody, to add value to your life, and also let you know other people are just like you. We're all go through the same thing. We're all looking for that, but we all need help in each other. And we have to tap into the higher source. And a lot of times we try to do everything ourselves. We try to do this. We try to do this. Sometimes it's good to say, the old saying, go, let go and let God. And you don't have to be a religious person because people think the Bible. No, the Bible is about stories. It's not about religion. It's about storytelling. It's about stories, you know, and people need to understand that. So life could be better if we all understand there's something bigger than us. And we have to abide by that. And that's one reason why I love this channel, because we have people from every walks of life that we're going to be interviewing on the podcast here on this channel. So we're so excited that you guys came in tonight to sit and listen to a beautiful lady that we love, respect. We hope you guys go out and pick up her book and get it on Amazon. And I tell you what, it's an exciting, but look, Mr. Clemens got his. And it's exciting. As soon as it was released, I got one of the first copies. Well, when I say that, one of the first 50 that I got. Well, anyway, and I just want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight to joining this podcast. To join us tonight, because we want to help people and inspire people to their greatness, because we totally believe that everybody has it in them. You know, and don't let things stop you. The reason why we put this channel together called All Things Business, because we cover a gamma of things, which is network marketing, real estate, business, and business owners with books. So we love to be an inspiration to help people say, hey, why not you? You can do it. You can grind a little harder. You can hustle a little more. You can have it. No matter what life throws at you. She's had everything, thrown at her. She's just bounced back and just came out with this book. So don't be discouraged, folks, because we're here to encourage you. Why not you? And that's why we put this channel together, All Things Business. And I want to thank Mr. Harrison Mills tonight for his insight and comments after reading the book and going to the channel, the podcast, and reading the book. I want to thank Mr. Ursula Allen for also going on the channel and listening to the podcast before we came out live tonight on Facebook. So, and my dear co-host, Mr. Bree Clemens, I want to thank you, sir, for all you do. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. And go to the channel, Al Thomas, officially, and subscribe. And not only that, hit the like button. And not only that, put the thumbs up button, because we want you to be aware of everything we do, because we're going to be hitting a diversity of subject matters, because covering these three, real estate, network marketing, business, there's a lot to cover. And there's a lot of great people who need to hear these things. And we're so glad to join us tonight. So with that said, thank you so much. Take care. God bless, and have a wonderful evening.